Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. Marvelous Monday, even though it's cold. At least we're not in New York and we're buried under snow because they can't even get out. Having a blizzard up there. All right. Kudos to those of you who turned in your resumes, even though I wasn't here. Did what you were supposed to do and turned in your resume. If that wasn't you, then please make sure that you turn in your resume because today we're moving on to cover letter. And you kind of need your resume in order to do a cover letter. So hopefully you did step one before we do step two. So we'll give a few minutes for a few more people to come in before I start talking. But if you can find this in, let me copy this up for those of you, because there are two sets of um, Unit 8. We are in Unit 8, and I'm just going to put this link in the chat so that everybody knows where we are. I know it was confusing for me, so I know it's going to be confusing for you. But this is where I put the link in the chat. Put it too soon. All right, I'm going to take a minute and then I'll put it back in, and because about 3 people came in after I put the link up there. All right, but for those of you who have difficulty finding out where I am in Canvas, I put the link in the chat. I will put it again. You'll probably see it 2 more times because we're still missing a handful of people. All right, so look that over for a few minutes before we start talking about doing a cover letter. And again, have your resume handy because you're going to need it for guidance. All right, good afternoon, good afternoon. So if you just came in, um, we are doing cover letters today, but a cover letter goes hand in hand with your resume. In most cases, you go for a job, you turn in both a cover letter and a resume. So we'll talk about what's the difference between the two. If you are one of the few people, and there are a handful of people who did not turn in their resume at last Thursday, please know that it's due. It's late after today, so make sure that you turn that in. All right, so again, I'll give it another minute for the latecomers before we start talking about cover letters. Okay, so we have crossed the 5-minute threshold to be late. So I will go ahead. All right, so again, let me put this in here for those who just might have come in after I put it up the first time. Those people on time, you probably have this 3 times on your page. All right, so that should take you to the spot in Canvas where it talks about what a cover letter is. So we've written our resume, and our resume was a general, it's not even a letter, it's a general um, organizer of it identified you. So you had your name and address at the top. It kind of gave your personal goals as far as what you're interested in. And then from there, it gave all the specifics of what you can do and what your skills are, what jobs you might be looking for in general. So that's a general page. When you do a cover letter, you are writing a letter to a particular company, um, and it's usually in response to um, the way they have formatted the job that they're looking for. Okay, so you are going to craft this letter in response to what they're looking for and then tell them what your specific needs are. So it says only 35% of the candidates apply for the job that is open, mostly because they spend less than a minute reading the job description before they apply. And that means some of you will say, oh, they're looking for um, a computer tech person. You say, I can do that. And you just apply for the job. But then you go down and look further down, and then they give you a whole paragraph on all the skills and things that they need. And you might not have qualified for any of that. So they automatically throw your application out because you don't meet what they're looking for. Okay, so you want to um, be specific about what what they look at specifically about what they want, and then decide whether those characteristics meet your characteristics, and then you're going to design a letter that um, specifically introduces you. I'm going to put it here, introduces you, your skills, and explains how you can best fill the job. Okay. All right. So we're customizing your resume to fit a particular job. Okay. And that's what you're doing with a cover letter. So for this one, you're going to have to first pick a particular job that you're writing your letter to. Okay. All right. The job description is written is a written identification and qualification responsibilities for each job. It is a treasure trove of information. All right. So what I want you to do first is to look for a job. Okay. Something that you let me see if I can pull one up. Let me see. Give you oops. Okay, I'll come back. I'll share in a minute, but you all keep reading. Keep reading, keep reading. Mm, okay. What's the name of the newspaper? And somebody type in the chat what the name of the newspaper is in your area? Like, for example, the Atlanta is the Atlanta Journal Constitution. What's the name of the newspaper in your area? Somebody, anybody? What's the name of the newspaper in your area? Nobody knows? Okay, we're gonna search it. Okay, they have Indeed. All right, and most of you are familiar with Indeed. Indeed is actually the search engine that many people use nowadays when they're looking for a job because they want to make sure that the jobs are legit. So, um, oh, now it wants to know my phone number. Gosh.
My, you want to know all that personal.
Hmm? And then it's going to send me a code to verify who I am. Don't you just love the way technology is always checking on you? Yes, you may. Quickly. Uh, oh no, I don't want to do all of that. Continue. Continue. Okay. I'm just going to pick something like that. Continue. All right. Now I can share. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you go to something like Indeed, and I had to register, and I didn't fill in all the information that they wanted because I'm specifically looking for the job description. All right. So say, for example, a courier, and a courier is just somebody who's going to deliver information, carry documents from one place to another. You want to go to, so each of you has to look up a real job and you want to look at the job description. All right, so this one, they are seeking a motivated, dependable courier to join a dynamic delivery team. As a courier, you'll be a vital link between our company and our valued customers, ensuring timely, safe delivery of packages across designated routes. This role offers an energetic environment where your driving skills, customer skills, and excellence in physical stamina will shine. Now that's important right there. That's important. You will play a crucial role in maintaining the Reputation and reliability and professionalism by a managed delivery, efficient and courteous. All right, actually, that says a lot too. All right, so first of all, you have to decide, do you have a driver's license? Okay, because if you don't have a driver's license, don't apply for this job. All right. Um, you are, they want you to have customer service skills. That means you need to be a personable person. Okay, you need to be able to deal with customers, and you need to have physical stamina. That means you're going to be on the go a lot. Do you have the energy to be on the go? This is something that's not, it's not a desk job. It's not a go upstairs and run downstairs kind of thing. You're going to be all over town kind of thing. Running here and timely, they want timely delivery of their packages. They said that up here too. So again, they have, while just in the first paragraph, they tell you some things that you need to be able to do in order to apply for this job. So if you have no intention of doing any of that, don't apply for this job. Some people apply for job because they want a job. They'll do anything. But if you're not going to be able to do those things, don't apply for that job. Okay. So you want to craft your cover letter to say, I have a driver's license. I have been driving for X number of years, and I have a perfect driving record, et cetera, et cetera. I have good customer service.
Everyone here has a driver's license, trust.
Okay, this is just an example. I know you
Yes,
all
you
are too
totally
young to
do.
have driver's license, so this would not be the job that you go for. Well, you might ride your bicycle. Okay. Some of you ride a bicycle. Some of the people do it on those scooters, those electric scooters kind of thing. So don't rule yourself out because you don't have a driver's license. But if that's the case, then you tell them, I don't have a car, but I have a scooter. And I am very skilled at riding my scooter, and I can get anywhere in the town, in the city on time. So again, I'm just pulling this one up as an example. This is probably a bad example for your age group because you don't drive. But what I wanted you to do was look at the job description and try to decide whether um, this is, so for a cover letter, folks, you have to look at this part, not just this part up here where, okay, over here where it has the address and how much time and how much money, because that's a lot of people are just interested the time and the money. How many hours is it, part-time, full-time? How much money does it pay? You need to, before you apply for it with a cover letter, you need to look down here at the job description. Okay, so read all of that through. So I need each of you to pick something first that you're going to actually direct your cover letter to. All right, then, okay, hold on. Then I want you to, hopefully it'll take me back to yours without having to switch pages. Yay, no, it didn't. Okay, hold on. All right, let me get to the module. All right, so I had you looking at cover letter here. All right, so if you came in late, this is where we started. We started with a description of the cover letter. All right, so you're going to write a cover letter, and again, it's going to introduce you and your skills and explain how you can best fill the job. So before you can do that, you have to pick a job that you wanted to best fill. All righty, so you're going to go to the want ads, you're going to go figure out what their requirements are, and then you're going to read the duties carefully. You're going to look for keywords that they mention in their description, and then you are going to write a great cover letter. And I have given you, so far, you go on the next page. So finish reading that. If you go click to next, this is in the module on the next page. So like the last time, I've given you a template to follow. So again, you're going to put and you don't have to write this stuff. You just need to put your name, put your address, phone number, email address, and date. So this one needs a date, whereas your resume does not need a date. Okay. So listen carefully, that the difference between the two. The resume does not need a date. All right, this cover letters do. All right, then you want to put down, so like I said, you need to pick somebody, pick something, research an actual organization or employer. Figure out who the contact person is. When they tell you to apply, it might be to the manager. They might tell you who to direct your application to, and add the name and address, address of the organization. And then you start. So once you figure out who you're sending it to, then you're writing, "Dear so-and-so," or "to whom it may concern." But you start, this is going to be a letter. So it has a format like a letter. All right. So that's for starters. And again, you don't have to write these. This is a template. So you don't write employer organization. You tell me the name of the organization. You write the name of the contact person, and then you write their address. So don't put all of this on there. You're creating a real letter. All right. Start with "Dear whoever," and then you're going to, in your first, so you have 3 paragraphs. 3 paragraphs. First paragraph, state who you are, your grade, and why you are writing this letter. Mention the position that you're going for and the program or opportunity you're interested in. So that's the introduction. So that might be 2 or 3 sentences, okay? Second paragraph, then you can state your skills. So go back to your resume, and because eventually you're going to have to send the resume. So you don't want to put anything on the letter that's not going to be in the resume, because they're going to look for the resume too. Okay, so describe your skills, your school experience, volunteer work activities that make you a good candidate for the job you're seeking. It says use specific examples. For example, a particular skill that you have matches what they want you to do. So link the two together. And then lastly, third paragraph, explain why you're interested in this opportunity. Thank the reader for their time and consideration, and you sign your name. Okay? All right. So again, first thing that you have to do is look up a job. Second thing you have to do is read the job description carefully, highlighting the key words. Come back here. Let me go back to, okay, close. That's what I need to do. Close, go back. All right, you want to do keywords. Make sure you're using keywords. Okay, read the job description carefully and then use keywords to express what you want. And then use, so that you have to do a rough draft before you do a actual cover letter. Okay, so you got a lot to do today. All right. So again, you are, and then proofread it. Make sure there's no spelling errors. All right. So first you're going to again, look for a job and something suited to your age group, not like what I just pulled up. Something, it might be a job at Burger King. Okay, if that's more along your line right now at this age. Burger King, working in the department store. You might be too young for that too, but there are some places that take teenagers. So find something like that and complete. And like I said, do a rough draft first. So don't try to fill this out. You need to do a rough draft first. And then you can figure out how, summarize what they want, and then create a 2, 3 paragraphs that will allow them to be interested in you for that job. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? All right, so step 1, everybody should be looking for a job. Sign up for Indeed or one of those job search engines. Or like I said, nobody knew what the name of the newspaper was, because in the newspaper, won't ask you to sign up. You just want to find the classified section of the newspaper where they list all the jobs that are available. And that in Columbus, that's where you are. So you're too young to fly across the country. So you want to know what's available in Columbus. Okay. All right. I'm going to do attendance. I'll check back with you all in just a second. All right, and again, if you didn't do your resume, you should have done that because that's due today. It's actually late. But you need the skills and things and that you've listed. Your resume should match the information that you're putting on your cover letter because most of the time you're going to have to send both, but the cover letter introduces you personally. It has a date on it. Resumes are general information, so they don't have a date on it. The resume is good for all jobs. The cover letter is good for the specific job that you're applying for. That's the difference. One other thing, they're doing midterm exams next week. And for seventh period, midterms exams are scheduled for March the 5th, which is next Thursday. So we are going to have an exam, and the exam is going to cover uh, all the things that we've talked about since January. Okay. So that's uh, CTSOs, networking, um, resumes, and cover letters, all of that information. It's going to be on the test next week. Okay. Yeah, and so when I look at Go Guardian, I should see everybody looking for a job. What? Okay. All right. Again, with the cover letter, you're not going to write name and then write your name. You're not going to write address and write. You're just going to write your name, your address, uh, phone number. So don't put the things that I have on there. Just answer it. Okay. Then where it says organization, you don't write organization. You just write the name of the organization that you're applying for and its address. You don't have to write paragraph one. Uh, you just you're going to just write a paragraph with that information in it. Okay, you see what I mean? Okay. All right. All right, Riley, why does it say that you're offline? And I know I let you in. what site are you looking on? I tell you what, um, another, what site are you looking on that's blocked? Another way you could do it is if you know specifically of a company. Indeed. Yeah, Indeed might be blocked for you all. And then you do have to register for that. So what I suggest, and that probably will give a lot of grown-up type jobs anyway. What I suggest y'all do is think of places that you know, a particular store, department store, something like that, and or fast food place that's specifically um, on your letter. We're not sending it anyway, so it doesn't have to. Like I said, use your school email. Use your school email. We're not sending them out. I'm not sharing it with anybody. So don't use your personal email. Use your school email. You can make up a phone number, but you should have in other words, we're formatting this. As you get older, you can use this same format and change it so that it represents what you want when you're a little older. But yeah, Indeed probably will block. School's probably not going to let you. Yeah, but specifically look for. That's why I asked you to see if you could find your local newspaper, um, or just look up classified ads. Type in classified ads in Columbus, and they'll have a list of job openings. Or, for example, job openings at Burger King in Columbus, job openings at Chick-fil-A in Columbus, that kind of thing. Be specific about what you want, and those kind of things will probably not be blocked. Indeed will be blocked because, like I said, I had to register in order to get in there. I don't expect you to do that. Six. All right, so again, I'm on Go Guardian. I should see everybody in search of. Um, you can look for one that you have to be older to get. Because right now we're just pretending. So it might be something that you can't get right now, but that you would want in the future. So yes, that'll work. And for the part that says dear, if they somewhere in the job description or at the bottom of it, it'll tell you to who to send the application to. So if it's to a department, then you say you direct it to that department. Um, they might tell you, depending on who it is, they might give you a specific name, direct all inquiries should be directed to a particular person, a particular department. That's who you say, dear so-and-so. Or if they don't, just say to whom it may concern. Okay? If they don't give you a name or a department, it's to say to whom it may concern. That's how you write a general uh, letter like that. To whom it may concern. That means whoever picks up the applications that's who will address it, who will read your letter. Okay, I think I got everybody. Okay, missing some. Again, you can look at the classified ads for your area. There she is. And London's offline too. See if that brings her back. All right, so just to be clear, everybody has to find a job first. Read the job description. That's step 2. Figure out if your skills match that job description, and then you can write the body of your letter to say that your skills, you are the great person for this job because they want X, Y, and Z, and you are capable of doing that. You have so much experience doing such and such, and that's why it makes you a great person for the job. Okay? But you got to find a job first. A real one, a name of an organization, a real one. We're not making that part up. Because I want you to see what people are looking for and then try to match your skills or the skills that you want to have or the skills that you hope to have by the time you So again, someone asked, can you make this up? We're not making up, we're not having a fake organization. However, you can look for something that you will want to do when you become an adult, become old enough in order to pursue that job.
Could I be getting rehired by
By who?
candy trading business?
Yes, you can find a candy company. Find a candy company
Yes, getting
that
rehired.
and find out or cake factory, Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme.
Ew,
Find out what
fast
they're
food.
yeah, that's fast food too. But um, I know when we go on vacation, we like to find those places that make candy, and then they allow you to look at the assembly line of them making the candy, and they give samples. So you can find the name of a candy company, and they might be looking for they might be looking for a salesperson. They might be looking for someone to actually work the assembly line. What are they looking for, and how do you qualify for that? How will you qualify for that job? And somebody was looking at babysitting. There are companies that they call it vetting. So you apply to the company and they have services. Um, People who want a babysitter will apply to that company because they know that company has already checked out the people already. So you might be applying to a company like that. Um, why didn't it not come up? Yeah, I'm trying to pull up what you said. Oh, there it is. It just took a minute. All right. Let me say something about your headings. They should be centralized. So let me pull up the resume again. Um, Everything should follow one under the other. I know the template I gave you, everything is left column aligned, but you can also centralize your um, name, address, and phone number. So yeah, everything I gave you was left aligned, so that's fine. But your date should always come under everything else. It doesn't come next to your name. It should come underneath everything else. All right. Okay. And Nia, you have yeah, it should come under your, so it shouldn't be next to your name. It should come under your email address. All right, and then you can use, so you have the name of the company, and then you don't have to put the job description. So okay, the job description is for you to read. You don't have to put it on the letter. What you need to do is use that as talking points for things that they mention in it. Um, they- so what they're looking for, networking with other professionals, you need to put that in the body of your letters. And then, okay, the other thing you have, so it should be to whom it may concern, and then drop it down. So there's a whole new paragraph. So to whom it may concern is an introduction. And then the rest of this paragraph goes underneath that. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So when you have that comma, everything else stop. I comes underneath that. And then So yeah, just write second character concept artist and then take out that their description. Just use that for you to write the rest of your letter. And then you don't talk in the third person. So don't say we all value none of the information that they have in their thing should be on yours. You're just matching what you can do. So you say, I am a hardworking, passionate person. Don't act like this is what they're saying. This is what you were saying. Okay. All right, y'all get what I mean by that? You are reading their job description. And if they want a passionate, hardworking person, you say, I am passionate. I am a passionate, hardworking person. I am loyal to, uh, I will be loyal to the company in that I will represent the values that the company wants me to represent. So you need to personalize what their statement is and make it about you. This is what you can do. You are capable of doing whatever they're asking you to do because you have and then back it up with what skills you have that make you a good person for this job. What exactly are you looking for, Jada? Maybe I can help. Um, how about, let's see, let me try something. All right, I'm going to send you a link and you can just let me know if it will let you look at it. All right. Let me know if you can get to that or if it's going to block you. Are you trying the link that I just sent you? Is it going to? That's blocked too. Same thing. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can't. Did I close it? Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to do this for you. Now I think this is for my area, but I think this might help. All right. There you go. That's the information you need. And you can just who are you going to direct that to? All right, that use the information that I just sent you. Is there anybody else who's looking for something in particular and it's blocked? Because I can copy and paste it. It won't block me. And I can copy and paste a paragraph for you to read that will help you get this activity done. I thought I did. Who'd it go to? I sent, hold on, let me see who I sent it to. You sure you didn't get? Because it said, all right, I'll send it again. Oh, I know. No, it said it's sent. Did you get it this time? I'm sending it through the chat. So I put it in the chat box. That is very strange. All right, why haven't you got it? It's too many. Let me take out something. I think it's too big. Uh, okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to take out some of it. I think it's saying it's too much information. It, yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to break it down. It's too big. It won't send. Oh my goodness. Okay. Eh, Yeah, the chat box can only hold 1,000, and that was 3,000. I have to make. How am I going to send this to you? Because you need all of this. All right, I tell you what I'm going to do. It's too many characters. I'm going to put it up on the share screen and let you read it from there. That's what it was. It's the chat box can only do 1,000 words, and if I take out any more, you'll miss. I'll be taking out what you need. All right. So this is you're going for barista. Is the job you're looking for on this one? And then you want to look at the basic qualifications. And basically, it's all this other stuff down here that it won't. Let me see. Requires ability. See, I want to sleep. See, all of this is more than 1,000. If I start from there to there. All right, so I'm gonna leave this up in case anybody else wants to be a barista. And again, these are, you're not worried about the address here. Just address it to Starbucks Corporation. You're
My
not trying.
deepest dream is to become a barista and make coffee at Starbucks forever. For
Okay,
so
well,
long, eventually I get free coffee.
you actually do. My daughter used to be a barista, and she would bring home the coffee of the month. So a bag of coffee that you could grind up, but you don't get it all the time. But she got the coffee of the month. So there were some perks to it. All right, so I'm going to leave this up just as an example, folks. So if you want to be a barista, this is what they're looking for. All right, so the job is barista. But don't worry about where the locations over here, because that's where I live. Because unfortunately, these things pull up according to your location. This one,
Wait, you live like right? You live really close to my aunt. That's crazy.
really?
She we
She lives in Loganville.
yeah. We go up there to visit her. That's crazy. I might have to. Wow.
Yeah, there are so many. What do you call it? Starbucks around here. There's a whole. Let me see, which one am I closest to? Um, I pass this one every day. The one that, because this is a standalone store. The others, I believe, they're in the Kroger's. They're inside a store. But this one down here at the bottom is the one that's the actual just drive-through barista. I mean, Starbucks. But so this description up here I clicked on was for barista, and I did not click on shift supervisor, so I could have clicked on that. I did not. So yeah, they're looking. A couple of places are looking. So it depends on what you're looking for. So that's what you need to check out too, not just the website. What are which position are you trying to fill? So there's about four different stores that are looking for barista. Excuse me. And that's your qualifications and your skills. So match your resume according to what they want. Alrighty. And we got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. And you might be, I know sometimes it's blocked because you're doing it through Clever, but you might be able to look this up on your phone or something like that and get this information that won't be blocked. So again, if you could not find something and what you were looking for was blocked, pretend you're trying to be a barista so that you can just get the activity done. I don't want to hear everything I looked for was blocked. We're giving you an example. We're pretending anyway, okay? So you might as well just for now be a barista. Unless you were able to find what you particularly were looking for. Whoops, I'm sorry. I forgot I was sharing. I like the way it says no previous experience required, but a lot of these jobs really want you to have some type of experience. And that's what you want to look for too. Is the job going to train you? Oh, I know what I should have done rather than try to send it like that. I could have did a snapshot. See if I can do that. Oh, let me. All right, I just figured out what I could have done because we are running out of time and I do want you to have. All right, so I just did a snapshot of that page. So you can, if you were looking at that, um, just take the snapshot and this is for the barista. And if that's the case, I can do one for shift supervisor as well. All right, I'm gonna do this one for shift supervisor too. Then you would have two. All right, so this second one is for shift supervisor. All right, there you go. All right, because we are running out of, it is time to go. And I didn't want you to say, but I didn't finish reading everything. All right, so what you need to do if you were interested in this, copy and download the pictures that I just put in the chat. See, where there's a will, there's a way. And quickly before I go, does anybody else want me to look up something so that I can screenshot for you and put in the chat? Otherwise, I'm going to say see you on Wednesday. Anybody have any questions before we go? All right, so again, you were looking up a job. So we've looked up a job. Great. You are putting your name and address and student email and the today's date. Because cover letters are current. You're looking for a current job, whereas again, your resume is general. Okay, it has a list of everything, all whereas your cover letter is brief and it is directed to a specific job. A resume can be used for any job, but a cover letter is one that you are addressing the particular job that they have open, and you are saying how you are the perfect candidate for that job because you have the skills that they're looking for. You have the ability to direct others to work. You learn quickly. You have effective oral communication skills. Now, don't just list off, I can do, put it in a sentence that sounds good. And back it up with, because I am good at this because I have done so and so. Match your skills with the skills they're looking for. Okay. Now this one, you do have to have experience. You have to have at least 6 months experience delegating others. Xavier, you could do that. You've delegated. You are a delegator.
Yes, very much could. So I have to make sure it's legal this time.
Yes, yes, this is a legal job. All right, folks. You all have a great afternoon, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Remember,
Oh, I'm killing it.
in Riley, I am going to correct the attendance. I see you in with it. I don't see you in, but I got you. All right, there we go. Say you were here. All right, folks. Bye-bye. You want me to check it before I go? I can do that. Um, you submitted it? Okay, got it. No, you don't have to send a link. I got it. Oh, you send it as a link. I see. I got that too. And it opened. And it's fine. Okay. Again, take out, so you can leave Columbus Artists Guild, but take out the sentence that's behind it. You don't need to tell them who they are. They know who they are. And then don't put your signature in brackets at the bottom. Just say sincerely and your name underneath. So I know you're probably sticking that in the template, but it should just be sincerely and then your name underneath. But other than that, you're good. Okay, I would just make those changes. Okay, all right. And I will check it next time because I am logging off. Alrighty.